So we just invite you up to your feet. We'll get moving. We're just coming up into your standing position. And just standing for a moment or two and feeling the crown of the head rise up. Breathe in and feel your spine lengthen, and just take up a little bit of the space in the room. Let yourself grow tall. Let your shoulders lift up towards your ears and take your shoulders back. And just have a couple of breaths where you really take that breath into your lungs and feel that space. And breathe out and notice the ground under your feet. Give your toes a wriggle. Tighten the muscles in your legs. And then relax your legs. Let your pelvis come into neutral. And we're going to start off. We're going to give both hands a shake at the same time. As you're shaking both of your hands, first of all, feel all the fingers moving and thumbs. And then let that focus ripple down into your thumbs. So you're just moving, you're just shaking both of your thumbs, or your focus is there. And then shift it into the first finger, so the index finger. And then into your middle finger. Into your ring finger. And then your little finger. Lovely. And then feel it flow into the palms of your hands. And to your wrists. And then allowing it to rise up into the forearms and the elbows, into the biceps and the shoulders. Separate your feet a little bit. Take your arms over to the right hand side. And we're going to take the arms around in a circle. Bend your knees as well. Going. Breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you come down. Just feeling the whole of the spine starting to relax. And then pause with your arms up overhead. Breathe in and reach up, lifting up through the sternum, stretching up into the fingertips. Breathe in, let your shoulders just relax down into their sockets. And then let both hands just come down either side. So you're creating a circle in front. Thought Parker was going to come in. You know, my cat that's been missing, but she didn't. We're going to go the other way now. Going around to the left-hand side. So opposite direction, that's it. Take your time as you move around. Really bend your knees. Let the base of the body come down to the ground. Lovely. Just feel as though you're shaking away the day. You're shaking away any tension from your arms, your hands. And then pause once more with the arms up above your head. Reach up, place the palms face up to the sky and reach up through the wrists. Lovely. Breathing in as you lift up. And then again, let your shoulders relax. Let your hands relax. Taking another breath into the chest, into the lungs, and then softly let both of your arms descend down as you create that circle. So your arms probably feel a little bit tingly after all of that. We're going to work with the legs now. So take your weight into your left leg. You can put your hands onto your hips for balance, and we're going to circle the toes around to the right first of all. With all balancing poses, you can find something to focus your eyes on to steady yourself. And after a few circles outwards, change your direction. And then give your foot a shake. And feel the toes in your foot relaxing. And the bones. And your heel. And then let that awareness just rise up into your calf muscle. Let the calf relax. And then as you come towards the knee, just giving the leg a little bit of a swing so it oils your knee joint. So we're going to invite a bit of softness into this evening's class. The moon is that yin energy, that quiet softness that cools and soothes us. And then let that awareness come up to the top of your leg and just shake down through the hip, through the quad, and then place your foot down. Take time to notice the difference. And then let your weight just go into that right leg and lift your left foot, circle your toes. Just feel as though it's circling away any tiredness, tension that's been sitting in your ankles. And do change your direction when you're ready. Let's give the foot a shake now. Feeling your toes loosening up. And the ball of your foot. The arch and your heel. Ankle. And then allowing it to rise up into your calf muscle. And then coming into the knee and just starting that entering into the softness of just letting the leg swing. And then take your awareness right up to the top of your leg and shake down through the leg, loosening up the quad and feeling any tension just being released out of your foot. Pop your foot down and have a whole body little shake out, let everything come into balance, into alignment. Lovely. And then just coming back to your standing position, and we're going to work with the shoulders. Let both shoulders lift up towards your ears, breathe in. And as you breathe out, just let both shoulders relax down. We're going to begin to move the right side and then the left. Probably a process of unraveling any tension here. It's taking the spine forward on each side. And then making little circles with your shoulders. And then let your awareness go right down to your feet. Notice the soles of your feet and your ankles. And then feel what's happening in your knees as well. And then start to lift your elbows into it. So you're creating some nice wing-like movements. Always breathing in as you lift up. And then let your arms swing through. So you're sending handfuls of air forwards. Bend your knees into it as well. And then just adapting that movement and allowing it to move into the space in the room. Really take up that space. And you can move as fast or as slow as you wish. The only thing to be aware of is leading the hands up through the heart center so it raises your energy up. So you feel revitalized. And then see if you can let your elbows take the movement so they take you out to the sides. And then taking your figure of 8 up, overhead. Bringing it forwards. And then taking it down to wherever's comfortable for you. So either in front of the knees, the ankles. Still leading with your elbows. And then let your movement just arrive into softness. So you're just creating like a half moon shape around your ankles. And then just come into a place of stillness. So you're in a nice wide-legged forward bend. Head, neck and shoulders are relaxed. Take a few breaths down here. So a few deep breaths through the nose. Okay. And then lifting up a tiny bit. Bending your right knee. You want to still keep both feet facing forwards. You're going to sink down into that left thigh. Sorry, it's your right leg, isn't it? I'm mirroring you. So I'm hoping you can feel a stretch on the inside of your left leg into what we call the adductor muscle. So it's a muscle that lifts your leg out to the side. And just taking time to breathe. And you lift up and sink down into the other side. Engage your core muscles as you lift back up, sinking back down into that right side. Now this time, turn your foot out to the side so your toes are pointed. You then bring that foot forward once more. Engage core, lift up, sink down. So first of all, both feet are forwards. Now into the stretch. And then turn your right foot so your right foot's in line with your leg. You bring that foot forwards, lift back up. Walk your feet back together. It's very important to be hydrated when we're going to work with the moon sequence. Because the moon's all about water, isn't it? And the way especially when we have the full moon, it really pulls on the water and the tides. And I think as humans, we're made of like 60-70% water. So it's going to affect us the same way as what it affects the water in the oceans and the lakes and things. It's not just water as well. We've got the plasma and our blood and everything that contributes to how we're made up. So it's really important to stay hydrated. So we're going to move the spine now. So have your feet so they're about just a little bit more than hip distance. Have your knees nicely soft and just start turning from left to right. Just letting your hands just tap in so it's ever so soft. And let your awareness travel right down to the base of your spine, to the coccyx. And then start to let your arms lift up. As your arms lift, just be aware of the sacrum. Bend your knees a little bit more. And lifting up, letting your arms lift up a bit further so they come to elbow level. And you can turn your head as well if that feels good for you. And just start to notice how you're noticing the feeling moving along your spine. Let your hands come up to shoulder level and see if you can feel it between your shoulder blades. And then let your arms go up into the space above. And feel the air, that element. And any tiredness again be released. Bringing your arms down now. And lifting your heels from the mat. So turn your foot, just lift your heel. Arms low to begin with. And then let the arms lift up again. And just let the arms lift up as it feels good for you. So and as you lift the arms, lift the sternum as well. Feel that space. And then bring your arms down. Your knees bend. And feel that nice stretch in your quads. And then return back to your standing position. Let a couple of figure of eights into your wrists. And then do it the other way, so little fingers go in first. And just arrive back into your standing position. We're going to arrive into our mountain pose. So just double check you've got your feet hip distance apart and the weight's evenly distributed through your body. Let your awareness come into your breath. With that spaciousness in your chest. Lift your toes up and just take time to stretch out your toes. And place your toes down onto the mat. And just feel the soles of your feet spreading onto the earth. Start to let that awareness rise up through your feet. And just gently lifting the arches. Check that your knees are soft. And then parking the pelvis into that neutral position. So it's neither tipped forwards or backwards. And you can gently lift pelvic floor ever so slightly. So you feel a nice alignment through the hips. Now breathe in, allowing the sternum to lift. That spaciousness in your chest. And then let your shoulders just be lifted up. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders just settle down into their sockets. Take a moment or two to ease yourself into this posture, into Tadasana mountain pose. With each breath you take, feel length in your spine, crown of your head rising up. Standing in this place of calm. Let your hands just come close together in front. Let the backs of the hands be together. And we're going to breathe in, just gently lifting the arms up. Breathe out, fold forwards. Keep your hands close to your body and just come down into a really soft forward bend. And bending your knees and rising up once more, stacking each vertebra. Using the breath to lift you up. It's got a softness to it. Lovely. Breathe out, flow down. Bending your knees and rising back up, stacking each vertebra. Breathing in, opening out. And we're going to move back down again. Breathing out as you come down. Bending those knees, rising up. Let both hands go down either side of the body. Soft, sink into your knees across your right arm in front of your left. Breathe in, lift up. Create that circle in front, softening into the knees. Lay left arm in front of right. And really becoming aware of your breath. So as your arms lift, you're breathing in. Exhaling into that softness as you breathe out. Becoming aware of any sensations in the arms and in the hands. Maybe noticing the air. And then pausing once more with the arms up overhead. Okay. Let your left hand, so your right hand come down underneath and your left hand be on top. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. And breathe out, come over into that sideways stretch and just let the body relax into it. Breathing into that stretch. Breathing out. And then breathe in as you lift back up. Circle your arms around, so right's on top, left's on the bottom. Breathing in as you rise, create that space, and then relax into that sideways release. And you can press down into the foot on the right side. You lift up as you breathe in, circle the arms. Taking time to lift and release, moving into that stretch. Checking your right arm's relaxed and your body's in one plane. Lift up, circle your arms, and relax into it. And then lifting back up, let your right hand come down. And sink into the knees, bring both arms up overhead. And turning the palms away, breathe out, let the arms come down. Breathe in, lift up. So it's as though we're powering up the body now with breath. Filling up. Let the arms come down. Let the arms come up in front, up to heart level. Breathe out, push the arms away. Breathing in that quality of calm. And breathing out that quality of calm. Calmness fills every cell within your system. Feeling soothed. And then slowing it right down. Bringing the hands back in. Squeeze shoulder blades together, palms are going to go out to the sides. Stay breathe in, draw the arms back in, let the crown of the head rise up. Squeeze shoulder blades together, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, arms go out to the side. Breathe in, draw everything in. And breathe out. One more time, drawing in. And breathe out. Let your legs straighten, let your hands come down. Just come back into that place of standing. You might want to just close your eyes for a moment. I'm actually going to invite you to come down onto your mats and just lay down for a moment or two. So come down into the crocodile pose. Just come down onto your tummy. Separate your feet. Have your heels in and the side of your foot on the mat. Toes pointed out. And then hold one arm, put the other arm on top. Place your forehead onto your arms. And just take a few moments to breathe and deeply relax here. To see it as a chance to rest and to help the spine just arrive into a place of alignment. Takes all the pressure from your spine when you relax in Makrasana. And if you've had a busy day, it's just perfect. As you breathe in now, gently press the abdomen down towards the mat. Notice that expansion, how your body slightly lifts. And breathe out. Noticing the spine as you breathe out. I'm just going to rest here for a couple of breaths. Becoming aware of your feet now. Just gently drawing your feet closer together. And let the tops of the feet relax down. You can let the big toes be close by one another, or they can even touch if you wish. And then you're going to slide your hands back either side so your thumbs are in line with your eyes and your forearms are just down on the mat. Now breathe out. And we're going to move into Ardha Bhujanasana, the Sphinx pose, but using the breath to lift up. So take your awareness right down to the base of the spine and breathe in and follow that awareness along the length of the spine. When it reaches the place between your shoulder blades, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and have your forearms down on the mat and separate your fingers. So you come into a beautiful Sphinx pose. And then lengthening through the crown of the head, pressing down into the fingertips as if you've got claws like the Sphinx. And you feel anchored and grounded to the earth. And just taking a few slow, deep breaths here. And then allowing the head just gently come down. So your chin comes down towards your chest. And in that place, take a few breaths. Feel that relaxation moving through your neck. And we're going to lift back up, use your breath, and lift up from the base of the neck like a spinal wave. Head comes up and chin's parallel to the floor. And then turning your head left side, back to the middle. Turn your head to the right side. And just allow the head to turn. And see if you can breathe out into either side and breathe back into the middle. Breathing out to the side. And breathe back to the middle. And then releasing your elbows out to the side and bring your chest back down onto the mat. Separate your feet once more and come back into Makrasana crocodile pose, taking a few deep breaths. And then bring in your feet back to hip distance. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and lift yourself into the pose of a child. So you're coming back, your hips are coming back to join your heels. First of all, your arms are stretched out in front. And then bring in your hands back. So your hands are back by your ankles and tuck your head in. And just allow yourself to be in that pose of a child, feeling nourished. Taking a few breaths here and feeling the breath move into the back of your shoulders. And then slowly, slowly, slowly making your way back up so you come into a kneeling position. And let your palms come together. Just into that lovely Anjali mudra. And relax your hands down. Make yourselves comfy for a moment or two. I'm just going to demonstrate our gate pose. So I don't know where my yoga blocks are, so I've got some books off the shelf because the bookshelf's right here. So I'm just going to place my pile of books down. And the gate pose is a sideways stretch, and I thought it's quite a nice preparation for when we do the moon sequence, because we're all familiar with it. So I thought it might be nice to just flow into that in a bit. But this pose is a great preparation pose. So I'm going to demonstrate for you. Going to work with lovely gate pose. So I don't know if you want to get yourself some blocks or some books. You might not need them, but put some padding in for your knees as well if you need to. So we'll start from a high kneeling position because I think that's more comfortable for you. And you put your books on the left hand side to begin with. And we're going to take the right leg out to the side. And you want to have your right toe, so your right big toe in line with your knee. So, and your foot facing forwards. And you want to get your hips and pelvis as level as possible. And we're going to use a little bit of core muscles to keep everything firm and steady. And then breathe in, lengthening your spine as you breathe in. Let your palms come together. And then releasing your palms. And as you breathe in now, let both arms lift up to shoulder height. Breathe out, let your arms relax. You're going to breathe in and lengthen your spine again. And as you breathe out, place your right hand down onto your left thigh and breathe that left arm up overhead. So it goes all the way up first of all. And then as you breathe out, let that left arm come over and slide your right hand down along the length of your leg. And you still want to remain in one plane. So if you feel like you're toppling forwards, just lift your arm a little bit further up. And breathe in, breathe out, release into that lovely stretch. The core muscles engage, use your breath, lift back up. And then as you breathe out, you're going to bring your left hand down onto your blocks or your book and take that right arm up above the body. So it's up straight first of all. And feel as though there's somebody holding onto your right hand and they're just lifting you, they're creating that space. But you're still grounded and rooted through your feet, through your knee, your hand. Use your core muscles and breath, lift back up. You're going to bring your right hand down, take your left palm overhead so both palms face one another. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. And breathe out, and then you go over and create that lovely, that curved C shape. Let your right shoulder relax. Keep breathing out into it. And then lifting up one more time, use your breath. And as you breathe out, bring your left hand down onto your block or your book. You're going to take your right arm up straight up first of all, palm facing the wall, and then take that arm overhead into that lovely diagonal. So it goes, by your ear, or close to your ear. Double check that you've got your shoulders stacked and your chest feels open. Brilliant. Take a breath or two here. And then you're going to let that right hand come down. Let it make a circle in front, and then it doesn't hurt your shoulder. Use your core lift up. And then bring both hands down onto the mat. Bring your foot in as well. And you're going to pick your blocks up, move them onto the other side. Unravel your spine and bring your left foot out to the left side. And then do all your checks. So check you've got your alignment, your knee and your toe, foot forward, hips in neutral, sternum lifted. Let your palms come back together. And take a few breaths and feel steady and anchored through your legs. So you feel anchored to the earth. Release your hands out to the side, breathe in, open out. You breathe out, let your left hand come down, let your right arm lift up. And then slide in that left hand along your leg and your arm comes over into that soft shape. Breathing into the ribs now on the right side. The core muscles engage, lift back up. Breathe out, let your right hand come down onto your blocks, taking your left arm up. And you're into that lovely balance. Feel openness through your chest, feel as though you're stacking your shoulder blades. And you could even look up towards your hand if you wanted to. Take a breath or two here. The core muscles engage. Use that breath, lift back up. And then this time, left hand goes down, right hand goes up overhead. Use your breath to lengthen your spine. And breathe out into that sideways stretch. Feeling space in the ribs on the right side. No compression on the left. And then lifting up. Let your right hand come down as you breathe out. Breathe that left arm up overhead. And then taking it over into that diagonal. And it's up to you, palm can face forward or in line. It's whatever feels good for you. Check that you've got your shoulder blades stacked and you've got openness through your chest. You feel anchored through the knees and through the feet. And take a moment or two just to relax into this shape. You could even keep the head in line with the spine, or you can look up. And then taking that hand over by your ear. Bringing it all the way around in that circle, lift back up. And then this time, bring your palms down onto the mat, bring your leg in and come down into pose of a child. Tuck your head in and take a few moments to rest down there. Relaxes. And slow, deep breaths. And as you begin to rise back up, let that movement come from the base of the spine. So you're unfurling the spine. And you're going to come back up onto your knees. And you want to have your knees a comfortable distance apart. And we're going to work with the cooling, soothing moon sequence. And we always work with the moon sequence on the left side. So bring your left foot forward. And we do that because the left side is the lunar side of the body. It's the yin side, the softer side. Now check you've got your core muscles slightly engaged so you feel safe. And if you feel wobbly all over, imagine that both legs are here and you squeeze in the thighs closer together. And then lift up through the crown of the head, let the sternum lift, and let your palms come together in front. Breathing in as you press the palms together. Breathe out, turn the palms forward and reach both arms out in front so you feel openness through your back. Breathe in, separating the palms. And breathe out as you let both palms face up. And it's as though you're holding the moon in your hands, that crescent moon. And just allow that, whatever your intention might be, something that you want to create, just allow that to be present with you. Now breathe in, bringing both palms together up overhead. And then breathe out, bringing the hands down in front of the heart. Breathe in, separating the palms now. Breathe out. And we're going to turn towards the right side now. So you're just going to twist towards the right side and place your right hand down on the inside of your left foot or onto your blocks. And then turning from the base of the spine and look up towards that left hand. Be holding there for a moment. Feel as though you gaze into the moon and feeling its light, its coolness. And then look down to the earth. Feel grounded and centered. And then let your eyes look straight out to the side as if you're looking to the horizon. Now use your core muscles, use your breath, lift back up and come back to that place. Brilliant. You're going to turn the other way now. And you can either pop your forearm onto your thigh or you can put your hand down by the outside of your foot. It's whatever's best for you. And then turn from the base of the spine, look up towards that right hand. You feel that openness in your chest and throat. Look back down to the earth. And then let your head look to the horizon. Use your breath, use your core, press down into that front foot, come back to the starting position. And then both palms meet up overhead. Bringing the hands down in front of the heart, guide your hands back in towards your chest. Bring your knees down onto the mat. And then you're going to take yourself back into the plank pose. So just reach forward, place both of your hands down onto the mat. And then stretch one leg back as if you're unfurling it. Tuck your toes under. Stretch the other leg back. And then drop your hips down. So you come into that plank pose. So your shoulders are above your hands and your hips are in line with your body. Everything's nice and straight. And feel that core. Feel the solar plexus. Feel that strength building, that inner strength. And then we're going to come down onto the mat. Soften yourself down. You can bring your knees down first. Bend your elbows, let your chest come down and then your chin. And then just relax down there. And feel the body yield down to the ground. Feel that force of gravity. You're connected to the earth. And then slide your thumbs to eye level. Check the bottom part of your body's relaxed. Breathe out. And as you breathe in, visualize that cool moonlight on the base of your spine. And it flows along your spine and you start to lift up. Let your head lift up. Bring your elbows in underneath your shoulders and arrive back into that Sphinx pose. Separating the fingers. Let the chest be broad and imagine a thread. A luminous thread is just drawing you forward. Chin parallel to the ground. And then let your eyes look to the place between your eyebrows. Turning the head over towards the right side. And then letting the head move through the middle and over to the left. Coming back to the middle. Closing your eyes and imagining that you're by a body of water. And at that body of water is a waterfall. And the crescent moon you can see in the sky above, and you can feel the cool rays, you can feel the cool light, and that water from the waterfall starts to bubble up, bubble over the top of the head, and it cools and soothes the whole of your body, soothing the emotions. And then allowing the elbows to move out to the side, allowing that visualization to dissolve as the body comes down, and you separate your feet, place your hands underneath your forehead, and just allow yourself to be in Makrasana, the crocodile pose, that creature of the water. And feel as though the waters within your system are being soothed, like a still, calm lake. And on the surface of the lake, you see the moonlight. Gentle ripples move across the water. And brightness, helping you to soothe, helping you to settle. Breathing in now, and again being aware of the abdomen, the belly. And then bringing the feet back closer together. Let your legs relax. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders and lift yourself into that pose of a child, that resting pose. Feeling the spine. And just spend a moment or two here. You can bring your hands back by your ankles when you feel that you want to. And then unfurling from the base of the spine and rising back up into that high kneeling position. Feel as though you're rising back up into your power. And bring your right foot forward. Take your time, you're all right. You want to bring your right leg forward, that's it. And then gently engaging core muscles, like your palms come together. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, hands turn forwards, and just let both arms reach out in front. Breathe in and peel the palms apart. Breathe out, turn your palms up. You're holding that brightness. Breathe in, bring your palms together overhead. And breathe out, bring your hands down. Breathing in, separating the palms. And breathe out. So this time you're going to twist from the base of the spine and bring your left hand down on the inside of your right foot. Or you can put your hand onto your thigh if that's better. Your forearm onto your thigh. So it's either or. Turn from the base of the spine, raise your right arm up. Feel as though you're stacking your shoulder blades, reaching up through the fingertips. But there's still a nice soft bend in the elbow. Look up to the moon and the stars, into that infinity. And then look back down to the earth, feel grounded and connected. And then look into the horizon. Use your core muscles, lift back up, come back up. Palms face up. Brilliant. Breathing in, let your palms connect up overhead. And then let your hands come down as if they're moving through something, they're releasing. And then guide your hands back in to your heart. Bring both knees in. And either come down to a seated position or just come down so you're comfortable, and release your hands. Place your hands down onto your knees and just make yourselves comfortable for a moment or two, and close your eyes. I'm just going to spend a few moments just sitting and just having that image of that still lake in your mind's eye. And again, on the surface of that lake, see the moonlight reflected and see the ripples. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in peacefulness. Breathing out relaxation. As you breathe out, the ripples on the water begin to just become softer. And that image of the moon reappears. Calm, still. And I'm going to invite you to slowly make your way onto your backs. And if you do want a blanket to keep you warm, just have it by your side. Just lowering yourself down onto your mats and let your knees just come into your chest. And just spend a few moments gently soothing the sacrum, circling your knees around, easing out any areas of tension. Let your knees move around, press the knees away from you. And see if you can direct the knees in such a way that that pressure rolls all the way down to the coccyx. So you send them away, bring them in. Then begin to rock from side to side. Place your left foot down onto the mat. Slide your left leg away. Keep your right knee in your hand. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press that right knee down. Press the back of the left leg down into the mat. And just breathe out into that stretch, that release. And then let go of your stretch. Let your knee move around a few times so it loosens up the hip. So you're just circling your knee around a little bit. And begin to let your circles get bigger. So you might want to take one hand from the knee. Changing your direction so you're going the other way as well. And then have a pause. Bring your foot over, so your foot comes onto your knee. Place your opposite hand onto your knee. And then with your right arm, place that down onto the mat. Little bit lower than shoulder height. Now breathe in. And as you breathe out, let your hips and pelvis roll. Let your head turn so you're looking towards the right. And just relax into that stretch. Using your breath as you just really let the body relax, release. Keeping your shoulders down as if your shoulders are melting down onto the mat. Roll back to the middle. Pop your feet down, straighten up your hips. Bring your left leg in. Pop your right leg down and begin your circling in your knee. And we do this every week. And I think these movements really help to keep your hips really flexible. Just taking the knee around. Let your circles get bigger. And you can take one hand from the knee as well. And then stop. Bring your foot over towards your knee. Place your right hand onto your knee, your left hand on the left. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, moving into your twist. Let your head turn towards the other way. And just relax into it. Allowing the breath to flow through the left side of the body. And as you breathe out, see if you can just relax, release a bit more into it. And turn your head so you're looking the other way. Roll back onto your back. Straighten up your hips. Bring both knees in. Give them a nice hug. Lift your nose up towards your knee. And then place your feet down and slide your legs away. Let your feet relax down and get yourself into your Shavasana position. So you want your feet as far apart as possible, really, as long as it's comfortable. And your palms facing upwards and your arms relaxed. And your head. And we've reached the best part of the class. You've made it to your relaxation. So I do hope that you've enjoyed moving through these poses. They really work to help soothe, to help you to release stuff, because the gate pose helps you to release any kind of niggly sort of things on an energetic level, but on a physical level, you're getting good sideways stretches. And then the moon sequence just soothes the emotions and calms you. It's subtle, but it's strong. So let your awareness now come towards your breath. We're not doing anything with the breath, just allowing it to be received and released. Feeling the expansion in the body as you breathe in. And that feeling of softness, relaxation as you breathe out. And then move your toes and your feet a little bit, stretch your toes and just move your feet around. Then tense up the muscles in your feet, breathe in. And breathe out and relax both of the feet. Tightening your calf muscles, breathing into them. And breathe out, let those calf muscles relax. Lift your kneecaps up towards your body and you'll feel your quads engage as well. Now just take a breath in here and softly breathe out, relaxing and releasing. Tighten the glutes now and squeeze into them and breathe out. Lift pelvic floor, draw tummy button back towards the spine. And just engage those core muscles, those strong muscles of support. And just take a moment to breathe in. And breathe out, soften, soften. Press the sacrum down into the mat. Just relaxing the sacrum. And sacrum relaxes. Take a big breath now down into the lungs and take it all the way down into your belly. And you create a nice big Buddha belly. As you breathe out, feel a softness move through the abdomen. Expanding the ribs now, so breathing in and letting that breath travel right down into the lower parts of the ribs. And breathe out, softening. Maybe readjusting your shoulders. And then create a bit of tension in the arms and in the hands and press the arms down to the ground. And then let your arms relax. Inviting in whole breaths, whole long breaths. Gently turning the head to the left and the right. And then let your head come back to the middle, let it be still. Close your eyes and just really squeeze your eyes closed and scrunch up your forehead, wiggle the nose, move the jaw. Spend a few moments with your face. Release any tension that might have settled. And then let your face just be, let it soften and just let the whole of the face relax and let it do exactly what it wants. So no need to smile, just let your face relax, let your cheeks soften. Then take in some slow, even breaths. But use the cooling, calming feeling of water and moonlight to soothe the body. So moving your awareness back towards your feet. Just imagine you've got your feet submerged in water and it's cooling, nurturing, it's soothing, and that water really helps to take away any tiredness. Just breathing that feeling into the toes and the ball of the foot, arch, the heel, the shin, calf muscle, that feeling of coolness, feeling your body. Breathing out and releasing any tension. Coolness right into the knees and the back of the leg, the shin. And it moves up into the strong muscles in the thighs, into the quads, bones in the legs. Both of the legs feeling so relaxed now, that essence of cool, refreshing water. Relaxing as you breathe out. Level of the hips now. And that feeling, that essence of coolness fills the hips and it soothes the organs within that area. It gives everything a rest. A feeling of restfulness in the front of the body, back of the body. And just breathing out. That feeling of restfulness now arrives at the very tip of the spine into the coccyx. And as you breathe in now, gently thread that feeling of ease through each vertebra. And breathing out as you arrive into the chest cavity. Relaxation moves through the chest, through the lungs and through the heart. All the organs within the body, the digestive organs. Every single cell within your system. Cool, soothed, Breathing it now into the hands, into the wrists, forearms, the elbows, biceps. Feeling of coolness. And we arrive into the realm of the throat center, into the Vishuddhi center. And here, allow yourself to visualize a turquoise blue light. And as you breathe in, this turquoise, aquamarine, almost crystalline light soothes the whole of the throat center, bringing clarity and confidence. You breathe out, that blue light moves through your body, moving down through the trunk of the body, down into the arms, into the hands. Moves down into the abdomen, to the organs within the abdomen, reproductive organs, elimination organs. Flows down into your legs. Cooling, soothing feeling now is present in the forehead, the crown of the head, soothing your eyes, your cheeks, breathing it through you, jaw relaxes. Breathing in now, breathing in that cool air. And as you breathe out, I just invite you to spend a few moments resting in this place of ease, rest in this place of peacefulness, feeling soothed and calm. Then we're going to begin this process of returning back to the body. Begin by taking a deep breath in. And just begin to move your fingers and toes as you breathe out and start to take really, really gentle stretches. Pressing down into the ground, to the earth. You might want to bring your arms up above your head. Have a little stretch. We're going to use that bright blue light to energize you. So just up above the crown of your head, invite back in that blue light. That blue light creating calm and warmth. Just invite it in, and it's going to flow down the length of your spine. And as it flows through you, it brings that fresh energy into your body. It brings in vitality, well-being. Flowing down over the face, breathing in and feeling that breath moving through your body, feeling that oxygen, boosting your immunity. And there it goes down into your arms, into your hands, into your legs. And then just have a little stretch and roll yourself over onto one side. Pressing your palms down into the mat and just bringing yourself back to here, back to where we are. We're sitting bones grounded, crown of the head rising. And then let your palms come together, rub your hands together. Place your hands over your eyes, opening the eyes into the hands, separating the fingers, in the forehead and the head, and just tapping yourself back into your physical body. Noticing how different you're feeling, much more relaxed. Give yourself a dust off, and end with a nice big hug. Just the other side of it as well. Taking both arms, final time. Hands around to your heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be at peace. I hope that you enjoyed this evening's yoga class. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. I've just noticed you're all wearing blue as well. Everyone's got the blue theme on because of the water. It's nice that. So,
really nice.
Thank you.
did you enjoy it? Good. I'm glad because it was. Yeah, I just when you just get these feelings, I'm like gonna. Because it's because I saw the moon outside and I keep seeing it, and the sky